Welcome to the newest episode of the Hawk's Nest podcast, where we spread glee
and eliminate negativity. It's great to be back. Episode 10. How are you feeling, Ian?
I'm pretty happy. We're here all about the fall play.
Yes. That's
the
what this
not
episode's
so
about.
true tale of Robin Hood.
Yes. Okay, before we get into that, though, Ian, give us our last week recap.
As of last week,
we had Halloween. Woo! Halloween happened. That was awesome. I went trick-or-treating. Ian, did you go trick-or-treating?
yeah, I went trick-or-treating. I got a bunch of candy. Then there was also basketball conditioning. Evan,
it's
how
still
was
going
that?
on. It's still going on.
It's still going on? Well, we
as
had
of,
some of that.
As of when it comes out, it's the second
it's
week.
still continuing.
As
But
of right
how's
now,
that going?
It is pretty challenging, but also that's kind of the point. But it's been pretty good. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting through it.
And then we also had the lunch competition end maybe a while ago, but
it was like, I think it came yesterday as of recording.
Okay.
It like announced the winner. It was A-Lunch, right? It was
A-Lunch won. Shout out to them. It's every quarter that we're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, Ian, what special day is it today?
It is National Cinnamon Day.
Yes.
So go have some cinnamon and sugar toast.
I really like
that.
cinnamon toast.
Yeah, cinnamon toast is so good.
Cinnamon toast is like
cinnamon
my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Our promo, we should get to that later.
Yeah,
it's
that's the whole
kind of
episode.
the point. Okay, now to introduce our new Hawks on the block. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Dominic Vanderhyde. I'll be playing Robin Hood in the upcoming play.
Okay.
I'm Ellie Norman, and I will be playing Lady Marion.
Yeah. Okay. So you just said your characters, but like kind of what's like a little like almost like, in the back of the book where it's kind of like the teaser. Give us that for the play if you're allowed to. I don't know if you can.
So, yeah, we're Robin Hood.
Okay.
It's a sparse of the classic tale. So it's like a exaggeration for comedy.
Okay.
Got it.
And it's funny. And I can't say much about why it's funny or that much about it without
You'll spoil it.
spoiling it.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a funny version of based on the original tale of Robin Hood. Okay. Ian, what other questions do we have?
With acting and like performing, it can be very difficult and like draining. How do you guys keep your energy and like sometimes when you're having a difficult time acting, how do you like stay in character and things for that?
So I think a lot of it is like everyone doing their part and like hyping everyone else up, and just I think everyone just always has fun with it. I think it's kind of a fun thing to act. So I think that really keeps us going.
Yeah, like the people around you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, we get to be pretty close as a cast, and that very much helps just keep energy up. And like especially on show days themselves, like hearing the clapping and laughter is like, it's like
that's like
It's everything
that's
that you guys
what you do it for.
work towards.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then how about with like nerves? Like obviously right before performance, you're terrified. How do you deal with that?
Or are you terrified? Like,
Yeah, are you? You might
What's
not
it
be.
like?
Some
What's
people-
it like?
I'm terrified every time. I don't really know if I deal with it. I kind of just go on stage, and once I start getting into it, it's easier to just do it.
Kind of just helps just to jump into it,
Yeah.
like not overthink it.
Yeah, be like in the moment, have it go away, things like that.
Yep.
Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like that's
uh-huh.
what it is, because if you overthink it, then you might not be able to go on and perform.
Yeah,
So,
you just got to be
Definitely.
the character
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
like what do you think that like school plays do for like our school culture? Our school culture and our climate. Like what do you guys think are the benefits of such theater productions?
They definitely encourage like creativity, and they allow like it's an expression in and of itself, right? Like I'm going out on stage. I'm not being myself, but I'm being this character that I'm able to twist to myself.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just nice and refreshing, and people can watch it. It develops a community within like the people who are in the play and
Yeah.
just people who watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it allows you to get out of your comfort zone and really just like express someone who you might not be all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's really kind. Jeez. Dude, I'm falling apart over here. Okay, Ian, what other questions do we got?
What are some of the hardest parts and most rewarding parts of being in theater?
I think some of the hardest parts are probably memorizing your lines, definitely, but also working with everyone. Although it can be like rewarding, it also can be challenging, especially if there's new people or people that you haven't worked with in the past.
Yeah, like getting to know them, getting comfortable around them and things like that. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the knowing your part thing is
Okay.
pretty difficult. Like shifting from previous years in the plays, I've just been like a small character. Now I'm the lead, and it's a very large memorization leap. That's a lot of the difficulty. The stress or like the fear of performing is also a big one.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to get on stage, I would like instantly forget my lines because I'd see the entire crowd, and also too like the lights are so bright shining down, like especially like depending on the scene. I feel like it can be almost like blinding.
That'd be
The-
scary.
The lights actually kind of help because you can't really see the
that's
crowd
true.
because the
Yeah.
house lights are off, and
Oh.
then just the lights are in your eyes.
Yeah, so it like blocks them out, so it helps you like forget they're there.
It just
kinda.
feels like you're just
yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
helps. I feel like
Yeah,
that would
because
help
like
too.
we do the announcements every Monday, and like even with that, I mess those up all the time when I have it right in front of me, and it's just like 5 things that I have to say.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
hard too because everybody else in our class is looking at us.
Yeah, the other day H was like hitting us with like it was like a pool noodle or something like that. That was
So
like
yeah, I know what you mean. That performance anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
How does like what you learn like in these theater productions and just overall in acting? How does that apply? How how does that help you apply like those skills to like your life? Like how does it help you in your daily life?
Okay, so it's not like a hard question to answer, but like I feel like with theater, it's harder to apply it to your real life just because like you're acting.
Yeah.
But I think I gotta think about this.
I can say something.
Yeah.
It definitely helps with confidence in speaking, just to people in general. Like I'm a lot less nervous when I just talk to any one person than I used to be.
Yeah.
Because now I've talked to hundreds.
I was gonna say you have to
Yeah,
perform
yeah,
to a
that's
giant
awesome.
crowd.
Yeah.
That sums it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go.
Okay. Do you have any like favorite like past school plays or like yeah? What are some of your favorites that you've done in the past?
My favorite is definitely The Outsiders because I played Pony Boy, and the seniors definitely that we had that year, like they were the best, and they really pushed me to be like the best Pony Boy I could be, especially since I'm a girl and I played a boy role. So they definitely pushed me and made it like the best experience ever.
Yeah. Shout out JR. I know
Yeah.
JR
Yeah,
was in
JR.
that.
He was. Yeah.
What about you?
I really liked our freshman year play, The Bloody Murder, just because it was the first one I did, and I love comedies, and I got to play funny characters. I died twice, which is interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
That sounds funny.
I don't remember that one.
Saw that.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen some of the plays. I watched what was the one, Into the Woods? I
Yeah.
watched that
Yeah.
one, and then I was part of the Outsiders. I was on the props, I think it was.
Crew,
That-
yeah.
Yeah, that's when they had like way too many people on props. All I did,
You were
I
in the
carried out a
hallway.
table with 4 or 5 other people for one prop.
One.
So, yeah, they had way too many people on that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still really enjoyed it.
Are there any like plays or productions that both of you would want to do in the future that you're looking forward to doing? Or no? It's okay if you don't, but we thought we'd ask.
I think definitely the musical this year. It's Annie. I'm so excited for
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
that. Mm-hmm.
Is there any that you're like before you graduate you're like kind of hoping like slips in like it happens like ends
Ooh.
up being a thing?
Play or musical?
Yeah,
Mhm.
play or musical.
I know we did Grease in the past, but I feel like that would be such a cool one to put on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean it's Grease, yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep.
Yeah, not really for me. I don't.
I think
Okay.
for
I'll just
me
go with whatever.
one of my favorite musicals of all time, and it's like it's not underground at all. Like it's widely known and praised is The Sound of Music. I love.
Oh,
I
The
was
Sound of
just gonna
Music?
say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I watched
grew up
that
on
with
that
my
one.
I love
mom
that.
as a kid, and
That
I
one's
feel like
really
that'd be
good.
really cool. I saw it in GR one time with like an
Oh.
actual like play production, not actual adult play production,
Okay,
but like
uh-huh.
adults because
Who like do it as a profession.
Yeah,
or
like they get
something.
they get paid to do it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So yeah, how does that work sometimes? Like, how do you guys like stay motivated a lot of the time with like?
It's not
acting
you're not it's not
because
for money or anything.
we're
It's
paying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're
It's like
paying.
the other
Yeah.
way.
It's all like a passion project for
Yeah.
everybody involved.
I just love the performance, and so I'm pretty much in it just for the thrill of
Yeah,
like, the
it's-
last 4
Yeah,
days.
it's not
that
for
I
the
do
money.
it.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. For me, I didn't always go to theater, and the only opportunity we had to act was our 8th grade play, and I always looked forward to that, and I've always loved acting so much and just being able to perform and make people happy.
Yeah, is it like, does it all build up? Is it like, I remember when I was part of it, there were days that are 4 to 9, I think it was. Those
Mhm.
rehearsals were like terrible, especially because I stayed after school. So I was at school from like 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. How do you deal with that kind of stuff when it's like, is it that's also enjoyable, or do you go through the hard parts of the practicing and the rehearsals just for the final reward, or is
Yeah.
sometimes the work put in also part of the fun you enjoy?
Sometimes it's part of the fun, not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those really long rehearsals are like, yeah, some of us cry by the end. It's
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A lot of just big stress, but it's also still ends up like we can see we're improving, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably worth it. I mean, at the end, like especially if it all comes together when it's actual like, you know, opening night or like they probably like it feels rewarding.
Yeah, like an accomplishment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from the first time that you like read through the whole play to like opening night, it's like there's so much work that goes into it, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's like horrible, but it's all worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With those long rehearsals, is it ever a struggle balancing like schoolwork, social life, and the play? Like, how do you guys deal with doing that, like balancing all those different aspects?
That's fair. It's very difficult. Fortunately, the beginning of the play until like these last 2 weeks, it's just like right after school, 2:45 to 4.
To 5. To 5, yeah.
Sorry, to 5, which that's still like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
We still have 5 to however late into the night we want to stay up to still do some stuff, and like it does restrict our after school activities. But I stayed in band through it. I don't know if Ellie did anything else, but.
I don't know. I do a couple things after school, after the play.
Like and homework, like homework and schoolwork and
Yeah,
work. Maybe some of you guys have jobs, things like that.
I like to like make my schedule and like plan my week out and do extra work over the weekend. So
like a
yeah.
structure really helps.
Yeah.
So you guys
Okay.
have built strategies, and you're able to handle the workload.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Not with like during your performance, have there ever been like mess ups, like someone stutters or messes up a line, and how do you keep on going through that without
Yeah.
like maybe bursting out laughing, or you do, and how do you like improvise?
It wasn't us, but one of our former castmates, our freshman year, could not stop laughing on stage, and it was a mess, but we got through it, and I don't think a lot of people like noticed it was happening. Obviously we knew, but we just kind of got through it by just like skipping her lines and just kind of going to the next
Yeah.
scene.
Okay.
We had a cast member who improvised something out of it, like you're seeing me a little tipsy, I think is what she said.
Okay.
Because it was one scene that lasted like extra long because
Oh.
one of the characters started
Oh.
laughing on accident and just
Yeah.
could not compose herself.
Okay.
Or when Pellerito said something to you in the musical. I forgot.
I don't know what you're referring to.
I
Like
don't know.
we've forgotten our lines on stage.
Mhm.
There was
Yeah.
during Into the Woods, there was one
Yeah.
time where we came out on stage and then I did not say the right line, and the scene kind of worked out, but it was a lot of just us like standing there somewhat awkwardly standing. But like we practice strategies to like if someone forgets their line, then we will jump in with the next line if we can, or we'll say a different line to either help them remember or just to move the scene along.
Yeah. To like logically make it seem like a conversation still.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's planned to be like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions we have. Is there anything else you want to say to people who might, go out to the
Just
play?
anything
or-
about the play.
Yeah.
It is called the Somewhat True Tale of Broadway.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay.
Fake fan
Yeah.
over
So it won't
here.
fully
Fake
follow it.
fan.
Okay.
No.
And then when is the play? Shout out what time, what days, and what time?
It is November 8, 9, 10, 11 at 7, all starting at 7.
Yep. And then it's $10 a ticket online or
There's some
at
at lunch too.
Yep.
I'm about to get
At
some
lunch.
at
Yep,
lunch. at
me
some
too.
point.
$10 in cash at lunch. I think it's
Okay.
$12.50 for.
I think it's still
12.
10. I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh, the
actually.
Okay.
screen says something a different number. But
Yeah.
I think it's
Okay.
a little more expensive if you buy with card.
Okay. And
Okay.
I know you can usher too if anyone can't pay or something
yeah.
like that. You can usher and help sit
Yep.
people, then you get a free viewing of it. Yep.
Oh, you can.
Okay. Yeah, that's what some people did last year. I might do that this year too.
About to do that.
Yeah,
man.
it was really fun doing it too. We like competed on who could give out the most like what are they called, like the little pan flip thingies?
Pamphlets.
Plan
Yeah.
flips. Yeah, we like competed on who could get the most to customers. So we'd like fight over
Hey.
giving them to customers and stuff. So that was fun.
Okay, now for our next section. We usually do upcoming news. We don't have any big upcoming news except for the play. So
The
go
play, which is
watch.
I
the
would say
play.
that's huge news. I think that's really
Yes,
awesome.
I meant
only
like
twice a year.
We've
only
been
other
talking about
stuff.
it all.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
So I was just saying, no
yeah,
other,
focusing on it.
nothing else that is as important. as
But yeah,
this.
go watch the play and support the cast. Support
Yes.
Dom and Ellie
Yeah.
and enjoy
Do
it.
it.
Okay.
Now for this next section, we have this little media section where we'll each shout out a piece of media we've been consuming recently. Like we'll probably each shout like an album, maybe a TV show,
maybe a
So
movie.
If
So
you want
any
to think of some while we're like shouting them out, like
Any
Just-
news
yeah.
article, any movie you watched, any show you watch,
Yeah.
anything like that. Any music you listen to, just a music artist, anything like that.
Okay, you go, Ian.
Okay, mine would be LP by JPEG Mafia. It's an experimental album.
I love
it's so
It's my favorite.
It's yeah,
It's my favorite
I don't know
JPEG
which one's my
Mafia
favorite.
album.
I've listened to like 3 in entirety, but like it's just so good. It's really different. It's got some like weird stuff, but overall it's not like too experimental where it is like hard to listen to.
Yeah, I think it's probably not his most appealing because that might be veteran, but I think it's not to the point where it's like
The noises aren't gross. Like some experimental stuff, like the noises, it's like you don't want to hear it. It's like one of those bad alarms.
not that it's a bad that other experimental rap is bad. It's just I think this one is a bit more like palatable.
Easy. Yeah,
I think it's palatable.
It's
for
like
some
a
people who
more
have
like
it.
it applies to more people's
Yeah.
like taste.
Shout out my favorite song. I think it's Sick, Tired, Nervous, and Broke. That's my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, I like that one. I like what's the Are You Happy?
Yes,
That
that
one.
that was also
Dude.
my favorite.
Yeah, that's my
that was
brother's
like those were
favorite.
like my two favorite.
Uh-huh.
My album is Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. Me and Ian are actually gonna go see him. By the time this comes out, we saw him
On Sunday. Yep, that's my first concert. He's been to one before though, I think.
Yeah, I went
Yep.
to Kelly Uchis. Shout out
Uh-huh.
Kelly Uchis. I love her. So yeah, it's really good. It's like, to be fair, like I don't think it's like a perfect album. I think there's definitely some things, like a lot of things to work on, but I think I'm really excited to like. I've been re-listening to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
I can't wait to see this in person.
Yeah, and it was like a
Uh,
big switch up for him too.
Yeah, because he went from like, I
It
don't
was
wanna, I don't want to say
Atlanta-
like
he-
cookie cutter hip hop. But
It wasn't cookie cutter. It was more like Atlanta rap, a lot of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and like just like hype, energetic rap without anything that's too like different. But he still had good energy, especially for a concert. So I'm excited for
yeah,
that.
I've seen so many clips of him like at Rolling Loud.
Yeah, dude, going crazy.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. And yeah, he kind of took inspiration. Yeah, I'm not saying it's this album at all, but he took inspiration from the Dark Side of the Dark Side of the Moon.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can clearly hear it at the end of the first song. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's
uh-huh.
the one actually.
The Great Gig in the Sky.
Yeah,
and then
it's
Black
literally-
Seminole.
it's that.
It's basically the same type of structure.
Yeah.
It's the same song structure.
Yeah,
So,
I would say
yeah.
so.
But yeah,
Okay.
how about you guys? Do you have
Any
any media?
media?
Any music? Any movies?
I've been listening to the Busking Sessions. It's an album by The
Ooh.
Big Push, which
Okay.
is
Okay.
it's a softer rock band.
Okay.
It's not,
Okay.
like hardcore. But because I don't listen to those albums. What do you guys listen to?
Oh yeah.
More of a rock guy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Busking Sessions, and then I've been listening to a lot of The Offspring,
Mhm.
which is an
Okay.
older band. But yeah.
I love Alex G, Phoebe Bridgers, and Current Joys. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love them.
Dude,
so
I love them
Oscar's
too.
freaking out right now.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother went to an Alex G concert in
Oh my
August, I
gosh.
think. Yeah, I
It's-
love Alex G. He's awesome.
Yeah,
I need to
I
listen
love
to more
his
Alex
music.
G.
Yeah.
I have like 2 albums that like I added by him. I think it was like DSU, which I know is like his most like
Mhm.
popular.
That's the- is
no,
that
it's
the-
not his most popular.
It's not his most popular. His most popular is the one with the dog on the front. Is
Yeah.
it
Trick.
Trick.
Yep.
Yeah. Trick.
Yeah.
I need to listen
But-
to him. I need to listen to him and Elliott Smith.
Yeah, him and Elliott Smith are really good. He was
Yeah.
my last media.
I love
Elliott.
them.
Mhm. But
Anything else?
yeah, anything else about the play at all?
Come
I-
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come
It's-
watch
it's
it.
amazing.
Remember, it's somewhat.
Somewhat
It's not
true
the.
tale.
It's not the whole tale, but it's somewhat.
Not the not so true.
The 8th, 9th, yeah,
Not so
not so
true.
true. That's what I said in the beginning. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's somewhat true. It's the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th, and
Yep.
it's $10 at 7 p.m. every night. So go watch it and enjoy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ian, but before we do that, give us our mission of the day.
The mission of the day.
Go reconnect with someone that you haven't talked to in a while and maybe rebuild that bond, maybe don't. Maybe you talk to them and you're like, whoa, I don't want to do that. So it depends. Maybe reconnect with someone who you haven't seen in a while and
Whether it's
yeah.
family, friend, teacher, even maybe
Yeah,
go.
who knows?
Maybe if you see like your 5th grade teacher that you love, if
Yeah,
you're not in 5th
just
grade.
do
right now.
it.
Yeah, go say hi to someone and make a connection.
Yeah, do it. Okay.
So,
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Toodles.